you've heard a lot from certain people on the team in support of Jimmy Garoppolo. For example, Mike McGlinchey, Kyle Juszczyk, George Kittle. But then there's other people on the team that kind of get like the opposite. They're like a little saltier about Jimmy Garoppolo. They're not as they're not praising him as much. Like, you know how George Kittle is he's kind of like, his praise for Trey Lance is always like, yeah, he's good for a rookie. He's good for being 21. Well, some people are kind of like that with Jimmy. For example, Deebo Samuel. That touchdown catch that Deebo Samuel had from Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo gets hit, throws deep down the field. Deebo Samuel has to stop, wait, come back, makes a great catch. And you could argue that the ball was placed in the right spot, although I think it's tough to argue that Jimmy put it there on purpose. But anyway, it worked out because Deebo was covered. He slowed down. The cornerback didn't. He made the catch, went for the touchdown. And immediately on Twitter, there was a debate. Was it a good throw or not? I thought it was underthrown. I mean, it's not a bad throw, but I thought it was a better catch than throw. And that's okay. One thing about being quarterback, you don't have to make great throws every throw. You can let your playmakers make plays. Anyway, I thought it was a better catch than a throw. But there were some people that went on Twitter, were very serious and stern and said, well, if you think that was a bad throw, why don't you go out there and try and make it yourself? You probably never played football if you think that's a bad throw. Easy to say that from your couch. So, okay, that's a fair point. I mean, I never played football. I mean, I played a lot of football, touch football after school, but I never played tackle football. So, okay, fair. I just thought it was interesting that Deebo Samuel comes out after the game and he's like, yeah, it's our job to make plays, and it wasn't the best throw, but it's my job to make that catch. Throw wasn't great. He said the throw wasn't great.
As a receiver, we should go out there and make our quarterbacks look good, even though it wasn't a great ball, we should go out there and make plays.
I think that Deebo isn't super thrilled about Jimmy. I think the wide receivers would like Trey Lance to be the quarterback because Jimmy throws most of his passes to, George Kittle and the running backs. And to get the ball from Garoppolo as a wide receiver, you pretty much have to run slants or the dig route, the in route. And that's about it. Or line up in the slot and run that quick out on 3rd and 7. He'll throw that one too. Otherwise, he's going to Kittle. And I think kind of bugs some of the Deebo in particular that he's, I think he thinks he could go for 187 yards today, but I just couldn't help that. Notice that while you got Mike McGlinchey and George Kittle saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is like the greatest quarterback and improved so much, Deebo's like, yeah, throw wasn't great. I thought that was funny. So I think that this team is kind of split. And that didn't come out today because they scored 41 points and won. But this team is going to have some really tough games. They're going to lose. How tight-knit are they? When things go bad, when Jimmy has one bad game, what's Deebo going to say? If Trey has one bad game, what's Kittle going to say? Anyway, good game for Jimmy. I think he probably should have. I mean, he's a decent quarterback when he's healthy. He's healthy, and that Lions defense is going to be in the running for worst defense in the league. It's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. I mean, God, they were awful. So I think, he did what he's supposed to do. Good job. For sure. They didn't ask too much of him. It was mostly play action and stuff. He was good against a terrible defense. I'm not trying to minimize what he did. He was good Jimmy like most of the day. There were a couple moments where bad Jimmy tried to get on the field and he got tackled right off the bat by the entire security squad. Bad Jimmy came on the field, tried to throw an interception at the end of the first half, but then they immediately ejected him from the stadium after that. So good job, security team. Good job, Jimmy. I guess what I'm saying is I still don't. I mean, I did think that he had the ability to blow this and be bad against the Lions, but I think maybe I oversold the Lions a little bit or maybe undersold Jimmy. I don't think he's a different person, though. Maybe he improved his stock, but I still think that's the same Jimmy. Some people think that's good enough. Okay, well, let's see what happens when he goes up against better teams. This Lions team, they did score 33 points, though.